AEW Revolution is just on the horizon. We've been lucky enough to be able to check out all the action of All Elite Wrestling. It's now available in Australia and New Zealand on ESPN via Foxtel, Kayo Sports, Fetch TV, and Sky NZ. One of the standout wrestlers is Melbourne's own Buddy Matthews. He'll have his chance to get some gold at Revolution to get his first chase of a championship in AEW, but he's been good enough to join me. Buddy, welcome to SEN.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Now let's talk Revolution, because you, along with Brody King and Malachi Black, you'll be representing the House of Black as you go up against Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks for the AEW World Trios Championship. Now, any match that involves the Elite, it's always box office. It gets the fans' attentions worldwide. So how does your preparation go for such a huge profile match like that?
I think that any match with the House of Black is, mainstream also. So for a lot of people, this is the dream match. This is the match that everyone's looking forward to most. This is the match that people were wanting from day one, from when Malachi and myself and Brody had joined the house and signed with AEW. So everyone's dreams come true on Sunday, and we'll do what we do, and the house will take those AEW World Trios titles, and this is the first of many for us. But yeah, dream matches will come true on Sunday at Revolution.
So fans in Australia obviously would remember you from your time in WWE, and a lot of people would remember you winning the Cruiserweight Championship at the MCG in front of more than 72,000 fans here in Australia. But you've also had your fair share of very high-profile matches in AEW on pay-per-view as well. I mean, last year, the House of Black, they defeated Death Triangle at Revolution in the buy-in. All Out September last year, you locked up with Sting and Darby Allin and Miro. Now, do you enjoy those added attention and eyeballs that you get from being in matches with guys like quote unquote, icons?
Absolutely. I think that it just drives me to be a little bit more hungry, and I'm already hungry, and Malachi is hungry, and Brody is hungry. So to get in there, it's a proving point. It's to prove that we can be in there with legends, with future legends, with the now and the forever. So, to get in there with, to a lot of people, it's giving these dream matches, like, so to speak, this cross promotion people kind of think it is. But they're just matches that haven't happened yet. So like me and getting in there with the bastard Puck, Death Triangle, like Penta and Phoenix, like these are dream matches that people wanted to see me have singly and as in the group with the house. So at Revolution, you're going to get another dream match. You're going to see me and Kenny Omega stand, across the ring from each other. You're going to see us stand across from the Elite, the Young Bucks. Like, you know what I mean? Our careers have been different paths, but on Sunday at Revolution, they will come to a point. So, it's awesome getting in there, but we believe we belong here. We can get in there with anyone. I feel like I'm a hybrid performer. I could get in there with a luchador. I could get in there with someone that's 6'5", 350 pounds, and I could tear it up with them. I believe in my heart of hearts that I am a hybrid of styles. I can adapt to anything. And at Revolution, we will adapt to the guys that will most, who steal the show. Some of the best. Kenny Omega is one of the best professional wrestlers on the planet. You have the Young Bucks, who basically innovated tag team wrestling. Like, they're joining together, but we will adapt. And on Sunday, we will become AEW World Trios champions.
I want to just quickly touch on what you mentioned there about that hybrid style. It really sort of stood out to me there, because you're right. I've seen you in an incredible amount of matches with a variety of opponents. I mean, I've seen you do that hard-hitting Japanese style with Kota Ibushi and Kushikika Okada, and I've seen you do that sort of WWE big man main event style with like Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. I've seen you mix it up with like Bryan Danielson, who's a guy that's sort of your size, and you've also participated in things like, PWG's Battle of Los Angeles. It's sort of like dream opponent after dream opponent, but it all fits together because of your ability to sort of modify how you wrestle and how you react to your opponent at the time. But so in saying that, is there anyone that's in the industry right now worldwide that you do have your eyes on as a target, both in AEW, in North America, in Japan, anywhere?
Ooh, tough question, man. Obviously I'm not looking past Sunday. So like, I think me and Kenny is definitely is what the people want. So I won't stray away from that. Like that is definitely something that I want to do eventually. Oh, that's a tough question, man. But I'll answer it with this. No matter who it is, I will adapt and I will bring the fight to them. Whether it's, if I like them or hate them, whether they're a good guy, a bad guy, and not a guy, like, I will bring out the best because I'm a perfectionist and I have to bring out the best. It's just what I have to do. I don't sleep easy at night knowing that I didn't give it 100%. And obviously there's going to be little things like, injuries and all that. They're going to hold people back and hold myself back or hold other people back. But I will put my best foot forward regardless, as much as that is. So whether I'm hurt, whether they're hurt, I can guarantee that I sleep at night pretty well knowing that I put my best foot forward.
It's funny because I do like that you've got that sort of laser focus on Revolution that coming up this Sunday. But you do mention, like, in AEW in itself, I mean, earlier this year on Dynamite, you had an absolute banger of a match with Darby Allin for the TNT Championship. And he's a guy that, he's very unconventional. So you have to sort of learn to adapt to that as well. But I also want to veer off that path because that was also your first shot at a singles championship in AEW. Now, we know that you've held singles gold in your career throughout your journey to AEW, but you seem focused on the trios title and the House of Black at the moment. But is that something that you'd like in your future at some point in time, a singles run with a belt in AEW?
Absolutely. I think that, like I said, I'm focused on Sunday, but once Sundays happen and we defend those trios titles, I don't think they're going anywhere. I think that, we are the most well-oiled trios machine that AEW, I would say we are the most well-oiled trios machine in the world of professional wrestling. But after that, like I said in another interview, the North Atlantic title, I'll take that and I'll defend it in Australia. I will go to Australia and I will defend it. I will go to Japan and I will defend it. Let me take that to the indie scene. I will defend it. So I'm more than happy. I think Malachi deserves, to go for that world title, the AEW world title on Malachi Black. He is a outstanding performer. I've been in the ring on his side and on the other side of the ring facing off with him. So he is a world champion competitor. And then you have Brody King, who should be in there tearing it up with Hobbs, should be in there tearing it up with Samoa Joe for the TNT title or the whatever title you want to, like he is that guy. And he, I would love to see if I had to do my own little fantasy booking, you put me and Orange for the Atlantic title, you do Joe and you do Brody for the TNT title, and then you do, whoever's the winner of Revolution between MJF and Brian, whoever has that title at the end of the night, you throw Malachi in there. And then you go. Then you have 3 more singles titles in the House of Black.
Yeah, that would absolutely tear the house down. It's quite a dynamic that you mentioned too with the House of Black, because all three of you're so drastically different from each other, yet also complement each other so well too. And I didn't know much about Brody King before I saw him on AEW. Like, I followed your career. I've seen Malachi Black previously as his work in Tommy End before he sort of made it mainstream, if you want to sort of say. And he has always had that X factor amongst him. There's something about him. Like, there is no other wrestler on the planet that looks like him, that wrestles like him, that acts like him. And that can also be said for you and Brody as well. Like, is it because of that reason that you guys gel together so well?
Absolutely. I think that we're all perfectionists. So we're looking for, obviously we're looking for the best outcome. But if anyone, goes off track, we will police ourselves and get the other one back. Whether it's Brody, myself, or Malachi, we will eventually straighten each other up. So I think having that support system, within the house, keeps us all level-headed and keeps us striving for greatness. So, and we all have a role to play. And I think that we all hit those roles pretty good. So, I think that the house is a very well-oiled machine that, and we got to throw Julia in there too. She's the newest member of the house, but, I think that she'll eventually, start taking over that women's division. And she's also a pivotal point. We are a family in the house. It's not this cool little catchphrase and all that. Like, we truly are a family. So it makes it a lot easier when you're traveling with your family on the road. Not as good when, you step out of line, you have to have the family talk to you. So, obviously we do our due diligence, but if anything kind of rears up, like we all have that support system within each other, and we're all comfortable together that we can all hash it out and talk about it. And whether it's an idea creatively or an idea for whatever, we talk about it, we sit down and we throw our concerns, we throw the pros, we throw the cons, and we make a group decision. So I think that's very rare, especially in the wrestling business too.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Now, before I let you go, man, I know you're a mad footy fan and a very passionate Carlton supporter, and the Blue Baggers would have had you on a hell of a roller coaster last year, man. But Paddy Cripps winning the Brownlow would have been a nice little cherry on top there, but missing out the finals, maybe not so. But what's predictions for 2023 for the Blues? Do they make the finals?
That's another tough question, man. I'm hoping. My biggest concern is that we still can't play 4 quarters of football. And I've been saying that for years now. It's like there's 3 outcomes. It's either we dominate at the start and we just win, or we dominate at the start and we just lose, or we get dominated at the start, we come back and we lose. So there are 3 outcomes. But I'm hoping, man. I'm like, obviously we have some injuries and whatnot. So, man, I'm excited. I've got a bet on the first round though, between Carlton versus Richmond. So, hopefully the other person agrees to it, and then if he wins, or if Carlton win, then he has to shave his head bald. So, very excited for that. So hopefully he agrees to the terms, and then Carlton can get the win, and then I have a bald friend come to visit me. So it would make it very entertaining.
Well, fingers crossed it all goes well for you, man. I hope they get the job done for you, except when they go up against St Kilda, but that's another story. But Buddy Matthews, it's been an absolute pleasure to chat to you, man. I really appreciate your time. And hopefully next time we speak to you, it'll be as 1/3 of the AEW Trios champions. So all the best for Revolution, brother.
Much appreciated. Thank you for having me, and appreciate the hard questions.